疲れ様。いつも。
So, if you know me, you know 86 is by far one of my favorite series, literally ever. But if you don't know that, I made a whole video discussing, like, I made a few videos on my other channel talking about like 86 series as well as like the novels. It's a really good light novel series. I highly recommend it. Also, feel free to check out this video on my other channel if you're interested as well. But I'm just gonna be talking about like how I actually ended up making like Shin's outfit uniform from his Republic of Gilead like suit. Like, the suit itself to me is one of the more interesting ones. I really like it. Also, the reason I ended up making this suit specifically is I wanted to do like a cosplay duo with one of my friends. I was able to convince my friend, hey, you should do Lena, I should do Shin, you should watch the anime. Granted, my friend watched the anime. She wasn't really a big fan of the anime, didn't really interest her, but she did like the design of Lena, so we ended up going along and just like doing the whole outfit duo. And here's some of the photos. I think they came out pretty great. As far as like the duo came out, I think they came out good. Like, she did a really good version of Lena. She got the mannerisms right and like the poses right. So overall, I say it's a W, like this W costume. Now, the way I ended up making this costume is honestly pretty simple. It's not that hard. So for anyone that's interested in making it, you can take my advice, you can't take my advice, but I ended up just using like regular rain boots, black boots. You can do whatever. I only had rain boots at the time. Now I have actual rain boots. As for like the pants, I just ended up using like regular black cargo work pants, like ones I use for my job. Now, the tricky part was actually making like the outer suit itself. Like, if you know anything about military uniforms, they are kind of stiff, they are kind of bulky. Now, the way in the show looks, it looks kind of slim, at the same time kind of thick, as well as the designs. It's like covered in yellow and gold and whatnot. The collar is pretty much straight up. It stays up pretty much the entire time. Now, the way I actually ended up tackling this was I ended up using a combination of glue, foam, as well as tape to get it to this specific design. Like, if you see any of these photos right here, I just ended up using like fabric, gluing it down, as well as sewing it over and then hiding the sewing seams. That way it's not too visible. And then I ended up using like some I forget what it's called, but like some fabric to make it stay together. I forget what it was called, but I ended up using some fabric so it can stay together. That way, whenever I clip it on, it stays in place. As well as the tie. The tie is pretty much just like a black, pretty much just a red tie I got from Amazon. The ones you don't actually have to like tie down in the back, get the little noose thing. It's just one like you can put on and boom, it looks just like that. The undershirt, the button down black shirt, I just got from like the thrift store. Pretty easy, but overall the design is pretty simple, nothing too crazy. I actually ended up sewing majority of it. At first I did actually ended up gluing some of it and then sewing over it, like I said, to hide some of these seams. But this is pretty much like the final version of this suit. I think this could use a little bit of improvement. The gold yellow is pretty much like just straight up yellow fabric. I could have used gold, but at the time I was kind of in a rush to actually get this. As far as the wig, I didn't really buy a quote-unquote wig. I did try a wig at first, but it didn't really look as great as I thought it would, so I just ended up getting a nice haircut and matching it, because Shin in the anime, his hair is pretty much dark. As far as the contacts, I'm not good with contacts. I just use my regular eyes. It's not red or anything, but I think it came out pretty good. Like, the whole outfit itself is pretty simple, nothing too crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much how I made my Shin Nouzen design. Now, you may be wondering yourself, why didn't you just buy the whole suit off Amazon? Funny thing is, I actually did try to order it off Amazon. I did order it, and when I tried it on, it was so tiny, to the point where like the minute I tried it on, I almost broke it, so it wasn't really worth it. I ended up shipping it back, and that's when I decided I'm just gonna make like the whole suit from scratch. And yeah, this is pretty much when I got the idea of making the suit from scratch and just doing it. I think it came out good. I think the cosplay photos came out good, and if you haven't seen 86, definitely go watch it. And yeah, that's just how I made my suit. That being said, feel free to check out my other videos on 86 if you like this series. If not, then yeah, catch you guys on my next one. Peace.